Good morning. Good morning. It's lovely to see you joining me here for this morning study and using our rose oil and Northern Lights Black Spruce to get into that higher vibration of thinking and thought levels. Just taking a moment to taking a moment to breathe in those oils and really get the saturation of the oil into the brain, into the emotional cortex, into the seat of our memories. And Northern Lights Black Spruce. Oh, the combination of these two oils is so powerful. Oh, so beautiful. And so this little gold book of Yes Attitude, and right on the very cover, I just opened it again this morning, and it says, you become what you think about all day long. This quote by Earl Nightingale. And sometimes it's a new thing, even. What is it that I'm thinking about? What do I think about all day? And, we've learned, or Bob has taught so much, and I've listened so often to this phrase and thinking about our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, and how that our thinking capacity comes from the conscious mind, and yet it's controlled by the subconscious. So if it's controlled by the subconscious, and that is, it's like it's like an involuntary muscle. It works all day long. The program is running all day. It's running all night. And so the predominant thoughts that I'm thinking, I cannot even realize that I'm thinking because it's simply programs that are running. And so if that's true, and I believe that to be true from all that I've studied and all that, how that it's been explained over and over and over, then how do I become conscious of the programs that are running? And one of the ways that I've come to understand that that I become conscious of the program that's running is because of what's manifesting. So the things that manifest in my world are an indication of the thoughts that I'm thinking all day long. They're a manifestation of the thoughts that are programmed into the subconscious that are on autoplay. They're going over and over and over and over. And so becoming conscious of those thoughts, writing them down, and then replacing them with the polar opposite type of thought that would produce the opposite result. And so I really like to personalize all of these things. Instead of it saying, you become what you think about all day long, I write down, I become what I think about all day long. And in doing that, how do I become aware of those thoughts? And it's strictly by what's manifesting in my reality. Because the only thing we can attract, the only thing I can attract is what I'm in harmony with. So if the only thing that I can attract is what I'm in harmony with, how do I get into harmony with something? And I get into harmony with it by thinking about it. It's the thoughts that put me onto the level of frequency that I'm aligning with. And, you know, this phrase, I've heard this phrase over and over and over and over. I've said this phrase over and over and over and over. I've wrote it. It's in my notes multiple times. I become what I think about all day long. And so that's not, you know, that's not about me taking it and writing out my C-type goal once a day, twice a day, 100 times a day, because that's still not the program that's playing until I do it often enough that it is. And so when so many people ask, well, how long do I have to do this? And Bob would kind of chuckle and say, until it becomes the permanent program. And so encompassed in this little phrase, I become what I think about all day long. I become what I think about all day long. And it's also all night long, because the program in the subconscious, those thought reels, they don't stop when I'm sleeping, which is sometimes explains to me why I can go to bed feeling like, okay, I got this. I got this. Okay, so I got it. I know what my goal is. I know the steps I need to take, and I'm so on target. I'm ready to go. And I get up in the morning, and it's the same old thing. Like, again, I have to deal with this again, and it's because the program hasn't been installed yet, and so the old program plays all night long. I become what I think about all day long. What do I want to think about? What do I want to think about? Because what I think about creates how I feel. And so, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? And, you know, some days it's really easy to determine how I want to feel. Some days it's really easy to make the decision. And, you know, I love that quote that, I don't know if it's a quote, but Bob used to often tell us that once we make the decision, then we flip our brain onto the frequency to receive anything we need to do to keep our word. And so if that doesn't happen, it means we haven't really made the decision that it's something we want to do, or something that I want to do, and yet I haven't made the decision. I haven't made the irrevocable decision that, what's the phrase, come hell or high water, that's what I'm going to do. And so this comes up and it's, oh, well, that's more important. And this comes up, oh, that's more important. Or somebody says something and it's like, and other people's opinions get in the way, and the old program gets in the way. And so what do I want to think about? Do I want to think about the old program? Do I want to think about those old reels and tracks that have played all these years in my life? What do I want to think about? I want to think that everything is turning out exactly the way it's supposed to. I want to think that if I desire it, if I want it, I can achieve it. I want to think that everything is happening to support me in achieving my goal. I want to think that the creativity to do whatever I desire to do is there. It's already available to me. It's already here. I simply have to accept it. And the thing that so often comes up is that those thoughts come in and then they go. And so, how do I stay in the consciousness? How do I stay in the awareness? How do I stay in the energy and the vibration and the frequency of those positive thoughts? Because I'm going to become what I think about all day long. I'm going to manifest those things, those reels that are playing 24/7. I can't think about this, once in the morning and once at night. So, how do I change my mindset? And it's the continual input, it's the repetition. Repetition is the essential ingredient for anything other than what's already manifested to begin manifesting. And so, there's a lot going on in life. There's a lot going on in my life. There's a lot going on in everybody's life. And sometimes there's a bit of a routine, and the days they're full, and there's a lot happening, and yet it's the norm. And then there's times when nothing is the norm and everything is tumbled and turned upside down, and there's this huge opportunity for readjustment and refocus, and to look at all of those patterns that have been made and formed. And so I want to look at every day as a new opportunity, regardless of the circumstance that comes up around me. It's not about the circumstance, it's about how I respond to it. And so, because what's happening out there can be about what's out there, what's happening in here and what comes out of here, it can't come out if it's not in. And so my responsibility is to become aware of what I'm thinking about, and then replace the thoughts that aren't empowering me with thoughts that will empower me. So I'm going to just percolate on this for the day, and help you percolate on it too for the day, and that it helps you to become more aware of what you're thinking, and to think about what you're thinking, and to think about whether the thought's serving you. And I'm thinking about whether it's serving me. So thank you so much for joining me, and you have an absolutely amazingly wonderful day. There will be no call tomorrow. We will be in the airplane. And so then Friday, we'll see you again back here, same place, same time. And by then, hopefully I will have found out how to live stream also on YouTube at the same time. Bye for now.